There was a lot of attention to the fact that legislators were in session longer than had been anticipated, but again, a lot of accomplishments. But that has kind of generated some discussion of perhaps the need for session limits. The Locke Foundation has been looking at that as well.
Right, and will continue to. North Carolina is one of only 11 states, Donna, that does not have session limits, which means when they go into session during the odd number years, they come to Raleigh in January, and they don't know when they're going to finish up. You can imagine the hardship that this provides for young families, for business people, for a lot of people in order to serve, to come to Raleigh to be in the General Assembly. So there is talk, and there has been in the past, this isn't a new discussion, but with the length of the session, it's kind of cropped up again. And I think perhaps an appetite, again, with so many of these transformational changes that have been made under this new leadership, some bold leadership that's ready to really make these changes. So they're talking about putting some limits on the number of days that the General Assembly would meet. And again, this is not unusual. We can look across the country at other states, see how things are working. There's some details to work out, of course. What I'm hearing right now is perhaps limiting the long session to 90 days and the short session to 45 days. And there's an intent and there's an opinion that with time limits, session limits, if you will, that it's an incentive for legislators to come to town to get their business done and then to get out of town.
Other states do it differently. I know that you have knowledge of Texas. Tell us how Texas approaches this.
Right, Texas, whose budget is twice ours here in North Carolina, they only meet every other year.
Incredible.
Yeah, and so, again, just imagine if you would, just, think to yourself, would you be able to serve in the North Carolina General Assembly reporting for duty in January and not knowing when you're going to come back? Again, this year, it was the end of September.